Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. This, however, is a recorded show of J.R.'s father on the Grace Arthur radio show. Discussing news and events all current. This is the Blake Carter Show. Now, earlier today, I did an interview on the private jet of the Director of Policy and Liaison, Small Business Administration, James Ryan Hendrick Sr. Jim, how are you? In many ways, better than I deserve. Jim, I understand we're flying together on a jet to New Bern, North Carolina. You're missing a budget meeting with the Small Business Administration. Can you tell me why? It's a protest vote, a choke vote. For some strange reason, some people in the administration think they can slash budget funding that can help the economy. Clinton's been promising since '92 he would reinvest in the economy. What all has he done? Not much. Okay, now in '95 he did sign the Small Business Lending Enhancement Act, but now we have the Small Business Job Protection Act. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit suspicious of that. I'm willing to do it, but what are you looking for in that? Well, tax breaks for small businesses, not just to protect jobs, but to look after entrepreneurs themselves, help put food on the table, keep the American dream alive. If you listen to the mainstream media, they think it's homeownership. I don't know. I don't know where everybody went to school, but I had a professor in finance says that a home can sink you further in debt. So I don't see how debt can be a potential dream. But yet you live on your wife's ranch. That place was built with blood, sweat, and tears. No doubt. It took them it took them 6 months to put in the foundation. And then with a little bit of help with some laborers, they was able to build like a small 2-wing, 1-story house for the family. And now, if you can believe it or not, it's a nice sprawling cattle ranch in West Texas. Jim, do you think the Clinton administration is trying to send a message that you need to resign? I don't know what the president is yet. And I'm not quitting yet. So yesterday, a 52% majority in the Senate with some of them Democrats agreed to amend it to welfare reform. Okay? What I see here is idiotic and it needs to change. Do you feel like it needs to change? Yes, it does. Non-negotiable. We're being fed a bill of goods by corrupt people in the administration and by the Democrats in the Senate. Why did you turn down the opportunity to run for president? I turned down that opportunity for the sake of my family. I feel like in many ways that I myself and my 3 children are the liberators to freedom. That is something I'm willing to tell to Bill Clinton, regardless of whether he likes it or not. Jim, Penny Dreyfus on the case is going to be releasing a statement that what you have on Whitewater is a lie. Let me tell you something. Them gossip rag TV programs can dig up all the dirt that they think they can handle. But I'm just as tough and I'm just as smart. Okay? I never dug into them gossip rags. I'll never even start. Okay? Because you see, I had grandparents that taught me that gossip was wrong. And that it was a devil's playground. And that if you gossip to the point of making a lie, then you're going to go to hell. Thank you, Jim. Now, about faith-based initiatives to small business, what is it that you're seeing the pattern there? It's still bogged down in the Senate. Bob Dole hasn't done anything about it. He says he is, but it's all a meeting of the minds. And that's why you think he's a weak nomination? I do. I really do. You could put a number of gays here on both sides of the aisle, Grace. And I appreciate your work and everything. You work for me as well. And I want you to know that this country needs saving. American legacy needs saving. And I don't think it's going to continue with Bill Clinton. You don't think so? No. Because quite frankly, I don't see how it can be. I mean, in 92, I was foolish enough to trust, to vote for Clinton. And I'm not going to make that same mistake again. Does that mean that you'll support Dole? No. In fact, I will not say anything about that until it comes close to time to the election, who I will support. Will that ever mean that you'll stay home? Oh, no, no, no. My father-in-law drilled into me my civic responsibility. Even though I didn't necessarily like who was president. And my father also, the years that he was with me taught me to be civically responsible. And in 48, he voted for Give 'em Hell Harry. I wasn't around in 52. The first chance I had to vote in the president's election was 60. And I voted for Kennedy. And for Johnson, 64. 68, I would have gone with Robert Kennedy. But since that fell apart, I went with Nixon. So you went with Nixon, regardless. The same thing in 72. In 76, I wasn't living with my father-in-law at the time, so I stayed home. Well, I did vote in the congressional primary in 76, in which he lost. In 80, we went down as a family. I voted for Reagan. In 84, I parted ways with my father-in-law and voted for Reagan. He voted libertarian. In 88, he advised me to campaign for Bush. You did well working with the Bush administration. He didn't hire me at first. I know I kept shaking the tree. And finally, in June of 90, he put me in there. And I lived in a little home just outside of Baltimore. And I served there, came back, decided to get an oil field. But then I saw the economy was struggling, so I voted for and supported Clinton. That's a mistake I won't make again. But any of the Clintons. Would you go through what your knowledge is about Whitewater? No, because if I did that, if I commented on that, then the gospel bag people would want to build that up. Plenty of other people that can dig up some dirt. If that tells you something. Okay? Because I'll tell you something. Penny Dreyfus's hands ain't clean. And we all know that. They ain't clean. And to that extent, I think she needs to wake up and see the reality that if she pokes into something that goes in the Clinton administration, don't be surprised if both parties poked her back. Kim, you were grilled by Bill Hume, the libertarian congressman from Virginia. You've announced that you're going to be supporting the Reverend Isaiah Friedman for Congress. Can you please state why? I've known the Reverend as a Assembly of Christ. I haven't given confession to him before. And he's an upstanding man. Bill Hume has many character flaws, of which is not worthy of being mentioned on the radio. Maybe in some political rally, but not on the radio. There is such a thing as civility that needs to be heard on the air, and not some stuff that's so crappy that it'll hurt sensitive ears. But yet people criticized you for that when you began working with Bush. Yeah, back in October of 1990, my son was dating a woman named Holly Hawthorne, lobbying up in Washington and D.C. The gossip columns was coming up that JR was nothing but a ruthless social climber. I think that's BS. Thank you very much, and Jimmy, we appreciate you being part of this. Back to you in the studio. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying until next time, take care and get ready for the rest of the story, because it's going to get a little bit more bumpy and interesting from here. Take care, each and every one of you, and God bless you. God bless you.